Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be taking a look at whether or not nitro is actually dying out. Now, I only ever used to run nitro, you know, when you go back sort of 10 years, before I got into brushless and electric, I only ever used to run nitro. Now, a lot of people have been asking to see nitro content on the channel. The only reason I've sort of put it off is because I'm not sure whether or not, you know, it's what people want to see these days. I think brushless has really started to take over. I think, you know, especially when you see some of the fifth scale brushless models as well. I think brushless has really started to take over when it comes to the RC scene. I'm not sure whether or not nitro is definitely something you could recommend to a beginner anymore. You know, I think a lot has changed in the sort of last 10 years. I think a lot has definitely changed when it comes to owning a nitro RC, and you know, there's a complete difference when it comes to how easy it is to actually run one, to look after. You know, some people actually find it's a lot easier just to grab a battery, stick it in their electric RC, go for a run and come back again, you know. And I think this is part of the reason why, you know, it may be dying out a little bit. So guys, like I said, it has been requested on my channel. I have had a couple of people actually message me on Instagram as well, saying I've been subscribed to you now for the last couple of months. You still haven't done any nitro content. What is going on? Now, I have to be completely honest. I do prefer brushless electric these days, mainly because I find it is the easier option. Now, when it comes to YouTube, obviously, you know, I like doing brushless conversions and all that sort of stuff. That's really what I'm into these days, taking a, you know, a fairly cheap brushed RC sometimes, turning it into a brushless monster. You know, that's one of the thrills I get out of doing what I do. Nitro is something I did, like I said at the beginning of the video, nitro is something I did years ago, but I think, you know, electric has come so far these days. I think it's definitely starting to push nitro out a little bit. Now guys, you are my loyal subscribers, obviously, and if nitro is something you'd like to see, then I'll definitely try and make that happen. Like I said, the only reason I've put it off for the time being is because, you know, especially when it comes to a lot of other YouTubers as well, you don't tend to see a lot of nitro content these days. A lot of it is all electric, so I'm trying to follow suit. Now, don't get me wrong, I do like to be a little bit different. I do like to do things slightly different to what other people are doing, but it has to be beneficial to the channel, obviously, because I'm trying to make YouTube a full-time thing. I want it to be part of my life, so I do want to, you know, give to the subscribers and my followers and all that sort of stuff. I do want to give people what they want to see, basically. So if nitro is definitely something you want to see in the channel, you know, it's definitely something I'll try and put together. Now guys, I did do a little bit of research before making this video. It's definitely a topic I do want to talk about, so I did do a little bit of research, and if I'm honest, I've had a look through, you know, other big YouTubers' content, and from what I've seen, there isn't a huge amount of nitro content. Now this is enough to sort of tell me that, you know, it's not as popular as it once was. Now, I'm not saying I want to copy everyone else. You know, if the people that are following me and the people that are subscribing to me do want to actually see some nitro content on the channel, you know, then I'm more than happy to actually provide that. But obviously, like I said, it has to be beneficial to the channel, because I do want to try and push Beyond RC as far as I can. You know, whether or not it'd be a good thing to do, I'm not sure at this stage, but we're going to try and, you know, come to a conclusion, and hopefully we can work out where to go from here. Now guys, if we go back to when nitro was really popular, you know, pretty much everyone who was an RC enthusiast was actually running nitro or petrol. I actually had a Hyper 7 by Hobbyist myself. I think I've got a clip of that somewhere on my computer. If I can find it, I'll stick that on the screen now. Okay, so I also had a 5th scale petrol, HPI Baja 5B, and if I can find that clip as well, I'm going to stick that on the screen now. Okay, so I've pretty much had all three power sources, guys. We're talking petrol, nitro and electric. I've pretty much had all three over the years. Now, back when I was running nitro and petrol, obviously electric was still about, but a lot of people were running nickel metal hydride batteries. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of people do still run these today. They are the cheaper option. Obviously, the chargers are a little bit cheaper as well, and a lot of people actually starting in the hobby do actually still start with these. Now, it's not an issue, but obviously lipos have come an extremely long way in recent years. I believe they were about then, but they were extremely expensive. You know, you can pick up lipos for a good amount of money these days. Obviously you do need a special lipo charger as well, so again, you know, the cost does start to rise, sometimes quite dramatically as well. Especially when you're talking, you know, the sort of 6S and 8S models that you can buy these days. I mean, if you needed to two 4S packs to run 8S, for example, cost can really start to shoot up. You know, so a lot of people still, and you know, back then used to run nickel metal hydride batteries. Not an issue, but obviously lipo has come an extremely long way since people are really using these on a regular basis. Now guys, one of the main reasons why a lot of people actually favour electric these days is because there's a lot less maintenance involved. Now when you take a nitro model out for a run, best practice when you bring it back is to obviously use some after run oil. You need to make sure the glow plug's in good condition. You know, I always used to carry spares with me as well. You need to make sure your glow igniter is charged. There's a lot of other little extra things that you need to bring along with you when you go out for a bash or when you go racing, for example. There's a lot of other things you need to bring with you when it comes to a nitro model. Now when I had the Baja 5B, it's a 2-stroke petrol, so obviously as long as you've got your petrol and 2-stroke oil mixed up and the receiver pack is charged and you know your transmitter's good and ready to go, there isn't really anything else you need to wait for. You get extremely long run times. They sound amazing as well. I had a Dominator pipe on mine. They sound really, really good. But again, you know, there's a certain level of maintenance that you have to follow and stick to when it comes to petrol and nitro. So guys, when it comes to electric, then obviously you grab a battery and you go, you know, you enjoy yourself, you bash your RC or race your RC or whatever it is you want to do. You bring it home, you charge the batteries up, and then you go again. You know, so there's obviously, it's a lot easier to actually maintain and look after an electric model as opposed to a nitro or a petrol model. Now guys, another thing to consider as well, when it comes to electric, they're obviously quite quiet. Brushless systems are quite quiet. Even brush systems can also be quite quiet, but when it comes to actually having a nitro or a petrol engine, they can be a little bit noisy. I think the 2-strokes, you know, when it comes to people actually hearing them in the park or in a public place or wherever you decide to run them, it can sometimes be a sound that they recognize, because they do sound very similar to your chainsaws and your garden equipment and all that sort of stuff. Whereas nitros do have a bit of a distinctive sound. It is quite a high-pitched sound as well, you know, and sometimes that can be a little bit off-putting to people, which is another reason why, you know, electric again is just slightly, you know, it's a different option available to you, which isn't necessarily as noisy, and it's not going to cause too much fuss, you know, if you do decide to run in public. Now guys, I'm not saying I'm against nitro completely, because like I said, I did used to run pretty much nitro all the time. At one point I never actually owned any electric RCs, because I like nitro for the smell, you know, the maintenance. I actually enjoyed, me as a person, I actually enjoyed all of that stuff, which is one of the reasons why I never actually owned an electric RC. Obviously that's all I own now, but again, I think that's because things have come so far. It's just the easier option for me. Now guys, I'd like to think the racing scene is still massive when it comes to nitro. You know, a lot of people still run 8-scale buggies. That's a massively popular scene, and massively popular in the racing scene as well. I'd definitely like to think that's going to stay alive for a long time. But when it comes to people who are looking for an everyday basher, you know, I really do think electric has started to take over a little bit. Okay, so it's just something I wanted to talk about really, guys. You know, it's something I wanted to bring up because I do want to be one of those people that gives my subscribers what they want to see. I want to give people content that they want to watch regularly. You know, I don't want to be one of these people that doesn't listen. You know, I just do what I want to do, and I don't take the views of my followers and subscribers into account. That's not the sort of person I am. If I'm going to make this a success, then I really do need to listen to the people who are watching my videos. Now, is this going to benefit the channel? I don't really know. You know, this is the reason for doing this video, is because I want to actually get, you know, everybody that actually follows the channel, I want to get your opinion and your thoughts on this. If you think doing nitro content will actually be a good idea and beneficial to the channel, then feel free, leave a comment down below and let me know. I'm in two minds still at the moment. I think it doesn't help that there isn't a huge amount of nitro models available anymore. A lot of the big brands, a lot of the big manufacturers have actually decided not to make nitro models anymore because electric is so popular these days, which is disappointing because you're left without a huge amount of options. But guys, if I'm honest, I really don't know what the best thing is to do. I would like to say I'll keep the channel all electric, you know, we'll carry on doing the brushless conversions, you know, budget builds, all that sort of stuff, which I really enjoy. I'd like to say we'll leave it there. But again, if it's something you guys want to see, you know, all the electric and petrol, all the nitro and petrol fans out there, if it's definitely something you want to see, then I'm going to have to try and do that for you guys. Now guys, just before we end the video, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. Let me know if you agree with me. Let me know if, you know, you disagree and you think nitro is still going to be about for years and years and years. Electric isn't taking over at all. I've got it all wrong. Let me know, guys. Like I said, you know, this is a discussion we need to have because it's definitely something that exists. I've seen a decline in nitro models being available. I've definitely seen a lot of manufacturers actually stop making nitro models. A lot of YouTubers, a lot of big YouTubers as well, have stopped making nitro RC content. So, you know, you sort of look at it and you think, is there a reason for that? Guys, I don't know. Let's have a discussion. Let's see what you make of it. And I will see you again on the next video, guys. If you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button, leave a like and a comment down below, and I'll see you again on the next video, guys. Take care, and I'll see you soon.